I'm willing to bet that none of you have ever gone to a wedding wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt. But wouldn't it be kind of cool if you could? Like if you showed up and everybody was already wearing sweatpants. It'd be a whole lot more relaxed, it'd be a whole lot less stressful because nobody's worried about what they're dressed like. But that's not why we go to weddings. Let's go back to the root of the dress code for a wedding. You're only there for one reason, and that's to support two people that are about to embark on one of the biggest journeys they're ever going to have in their whole life. They want everything to be perfect. They want the lighting to be perfect, they want the decor to be perfect, they want every guest to be dressed perfectly. So sweatpants just aren't going to cut it. But let's be honest, even though you're not the most important person at that wedding, it kind of feels like you are, right? I mean, you're dressed really fancy, everything fits you perfectly, you're walking around full of confidence, it's like you're hitting on everybody, trying to get dates wherever you go, right? Wouldn't it be cool if you could feel that way all the time? It's actually not that hard. You just need a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of effort. Fashion is one of the biggest industries in the entire world, but it's a lot more important because it can radically change your personal life, making you more confident and even more successful. So first, let's look at how fashion is so big globally. The most important and obvious aspect of fashion, why it's so big, is it makes a ton of money. The Joint Economic Committee of Congress says on their very official website that annually the fashion industry makes about $2.5 trillion. Trillion dollars. That's absurd. That's like, if you did the math, $320 per person on the planet. They may not sound like a lot per person, but that's including like babies and the elderly and people who live in countries that don't even have shopping malls. That's a lot of money. And that much money means that's a lot of jobs too. It's all about supply and demand. So let's say you're a designer for clothes and you create something that's so awesome that everyone on earth wants to wear, right? That's demand. And you're creating a job for yourself and you're getting money for yourself based on a passion that you have. But even beyond the designers, there are thousands of jobs in the fashion industry. New Balance is a proudly American company and they have about 5,000 employees, almost all of them in the United States, according to Owler.com. Now, New Balance is one of thousands of fashion companies, and a lot of them have almost double that amount of employees. That's a lot of jobs. So even though fashion isn't an essential business, it's not essential for survival, it seems like the whole world runs on people who want to feel more stylish and want to be more confident. So when you buy with fashion in mind, you're helping out thousands of people with jobs. So why should you specifically dip into that well of confidence? Why should you use fashion to build confidence when there are plenty of other ways you can build confidence, like exercising or having an enjoyable career, something like that? Well, the most basic reason that you should worry about fashion in your life is to meet other people's expectations, like that wedding earlier. Every occasion you'll ever go to or every event in your entire life is going to have a dress code. So if someone says, oh, there's no dress code, that basically means there is still a dress code, but what you're going to do is you're going to dress you're going to dress in accordance to what society has deemed appropriate for that event. So let's say someone invites you to their church and they're like, oh, there's no dress code at this church, wear whatever you want. If you show up in a platypus onesie or something crazy like that, that's not going to be appropriate. So there's still technically a dress code. So at the very least, you should use fashion to be respectful towards others. And who knows, it might help you out. Like if you're in a job interview, dressing appropriate for that can help you get a job. But beyond that, fashion is a method of self-expression. A fashion student named Jessica Bowie said it perfectly in an interview she did with thetab.com. Clothes express what people think. So fashion can be whatever you want because fashion is whatever you want to show to other people. If you're like me, you might use fashion to build your confidence so you can show other people that you're confident. Or you might use fashion to show off your favorite parts of pop culture, to show off that you love Harry Potter by wearing a Hogwarts hat. And that's really cool because you can share your interests with people, which gives people a hint at your personality. And that can help you make new friends. But the one thing about fashion that underlies all of these different aspects is something that shines through at the end of the day no matter what. Even if you use your fashion to build your confidence or to show off your personality, if you have a lazy outfit, that is the first thing that people are going to notice. So when people see you and you have a lazy outfit on, they're not going to think, oh, he or she pulled off that outfit really well, or, oh, they like Star Wars, I like Star Wars too. That's not going to be the first thing they think, the impression that you want to give off. What they're really going to think first is, they look like they just woke up, and that's a really rough thing for someone to think about you. But it's not that hard to have a more fashionable appearance. It's actually not very difficult or very expensive. So there's a lot of tips that you can get online and you can get from other people that are really simple that can help you improve your fashion sense. So I'll give you one really quick right here. Pants aren't supposed to bunch up around your shoes. So if your pants are long enough that they're bunching up around your shoes and maybe falling off the edge of your shoes and you're stepping on them, you need to get pants that are shorter. That's just a really quick tip. There are thousands more online. And fashion's not that expensive. Truly, if you look in the right places. Recently I've noticed at Walmart, everything is a lot better. all the fashion that they have there, all the clothes, they've stepped it up quite a bit. I can go there and buy an essential t-shirt, one that I can wear all the time, or an essential pair of pants, just plain color, and it's really cheap, and that's really helpful. And one of the most important tips about fashion that I can give is thrift stores. They're also very cheap. Some of the best jackets and shirts that I've ever gotten, I've gotten from Goodwill. I don't know if I trust the pants from Goodwill, but the jackets and shirts are always a very good option, as long as you wash them first. So now that we've talked about how fashion is so big globally and how it can impact your personal life, you might be thinking a couple things in your mind. You might be thinking something along the lines of, should I rethink the way that I dress? If you put thought into your everyday outfits and you use fashion as a way to express yourself and as a way to build your confidence or show your personality to other people or things like that, then no, you probably don't need to rethink the way that you dress. But if you're willing to put a little bit more thought into your dress and have not such a lazy outfit every single day, then maybe you should rethink the way that you dress, but not entirely. The most important tip I can give you today is work with what you have first. That means don't go to the store and buy a whole new wardrobe just because you heard this speech. One of the most important things about fashion is it's not about breaking the bank. It's about helping you feel more confident in yourself and helping you express to others what you want to be expressed. So now that we've talked about all this, I hope you use some of these tips that I've given you to help fashion in your own life, because there's a whole new world with more confidence and more personality